Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix Show. My name is Chris Wong. This is episode 379 of the Ping Pong Flix Show. Let's go over two universes, the Monsterverse and the DCEU. First one up is the Monsterverse. The digital Godzilla King of the Monsters went out today. So this is a great time to scavenge through all those scenes to see any Easter eggs you can find. And there was one big one that Kaiju news outlet found. This is it right here. This is your first look, guys, at Angurius' skeleton from Godzilla movie. You mean to tell me he's not going to make it into sequels? Like, that's it. That's his legacy right there. He is dead. He is dead. He is buried. This is probably the scene in Godzilla's lair. There's in the ocean. You can kind of make out the skeleton right there. You can actually kind of see the head right there. It's I gotta go back and watch this movie, but I'm really actually waiting for the Blu-ray because I have actually heard there's a lot of complaints online right now that if you get some digital sites that offer this movie, the audio is out of sync in one of the scenes. So I don't want that to occur, so I might just get the Blu-ray for this one because one, it's Godzilla, and two, I already got the first movie on Blu-ray, so I might as well get the second one on Blu-ray. And three, I want to see if I can get is there a 4K version? I'll have to go and check that out. But I'll link this movie in the Amazon store and in my Amazon store in the description below. But check this out. That is really sad, actually. I'm hoping that this is actually like Angurius' dad or his mom or something. You know how Godzilla also had another Godzilla in the first movie, and I don't know if you remember that, but that was in the beginning of the first Godzilla movie, and it actually showed Ken Watanabe's character, Serizawa. He's going into the tunnels, and there's this giant skeleton, and that's when the first Muto escaped. But there was a giant skeleton, and they're wondering if it's an ancient creature, and it's kind of alluded that was like maybe the first Godzilla or something like that. So it's possible. I mean, look at Mothra. Mothra's probably gonna have a baby, and that baby's gonna turn into another Mothra. So it's quite possible there are many Anguriuses, there are many Godzillas, and maybe that's just me wishful thinking because I really want to see the legendaries version of Angurius, since they brought on all these characters. Then to get a better look, same thing, Kaiju news outlet also tweeted out a great concept art image of Angurius' skeleton from Godzilla's underwater temple. This image is from the Godzilla movie's digital release bonus features. Now that's kind of cool nowadays, where when you buy the digital release, it actually contains all the bonus features that you'll probably get on the physical format, and that's cool as well. But some things, nowadays I'm all about the digital for real because I don't really have much space. So I only get the physical when it's a movie I clearly, dearly love, and I really wanted to have it on my shelf. And Godzilla King of the Monsters is one of those movies. But it's so cool that they have all these bonus features involved in it and things like that. But something occurred recently where Ultraviolet just totally disappeared. So I'm like, I don't think I want that to happen. When Ultraviolet disappeared, a lot of my movies went with it, and that really sucks. So I don't know if Fandango or Roku or any of these other sites will start just disappearing because of all these streaming services that are coming up. So if that happens, that sucks. So there is a good reason to have a physical copy, but I still think it's just much easier to shoot it up on the TV with a streaming or a digital movie. But I'm probably can get the physical one and have the digital one to watch, but I can at least appreciate a nicer quality movie before I go to the digital, which is not as good quality as the physical one. But you can see here, you can see the skeleton right in the middle of the layer. That's definitely him, and I'm really sad to see him in that shape. I really hope this is just an Easter egg. That's just his, a family, kind of like Kong had his two mother and father Kong, and we'll probably get a real Angurius or another Angurius in the future. But it makes you wonder what happened there. Did he fight Godzilla, or is that his pal and he just never made it beyond Godzilla, and so Godzilla has to live alone in his lair? Who knows? But that's interesting stuff coming out of Monsterverse. So if you guys want to go check out Godzilla King of the Monsters on digital, it is out right now. I know there's a 2-movie collection they're selling in the stores where it's Godzilla King of the Monsters and the Godzilla, the first one. But don't be fooled. Don't be fooled, because if you look closely, the physical copy is the first Godzilla and 2014 Godzilla, and the one on top is actually a digital Godzilla King of the Monsters. So what you're really buying is one physical copy with 2 digital movies. So if you're waiting for that physical copy, I would wait 3 more weeks, and you'll get Godzilla King of the Monsters, and if you're getting in 2-pack, they'll probably have the physical copy in there. They're just kind of really milking it right now, and I understand them to wanting to milk it right now, because the box office didn't make that much money at $385 million. They need to a little bit more in the home entertainment business. So that is that. So Monsterverse, go and check it out. Godzilla King of the Monsters, out on digital right now. So now it gets into the DCEU a little bit. And when I say DCEU, it's really the old DCEU. Because the new DCEU, or whatever we're calling it right now, I'm still going to call it DCEU. Nothing much. I mean, unless you count that little promotional slip that comes in with your Shazam or your Batman Hush Blu-ray. That's about it. It's got a nice Birds of Prey little logo there, but it's the poster we've seen before. That's probably the only real promotion you're getting out of your current movies that came out, which includes Shazam. Other than that, nothing much. So it's kind of like we got to create our own excitement, right? And it's so awesome to see fans making movies, fans editing things. And one of those edits, and we've seen a lot of Justice League edits already. There's tons of them. I mean, there's a lot. And there's even one right now that's like a total series called Justice League. I forgot what's called, because there's so many out there. But Chris Dawson, and I've been talking this to death, but rightfully so, because this is an amazing addition. This is an amazing edit. He revealed a little clip today. It's from his Black Justice League Black Suit Edition. And he says this: I know some of you are dreading the news that the Black Suit Edition will be delayed again. Unfortunately, despite his best efforts, it looks like that will be the case. However, he wants to give something to enjoy on August 30th. Here's a tease. And so it is kind of sad. We were kind of expecting this movie to be released this month, but that's okay, because he's probably adding a ton of incredible stuff, and you can really see the amount of work being shown in these teasers and trailers, especially this one. This is a real tease, but it is teasing what he's going to be probably premiering a prologue of his movie on August 30th, and it's really a big deal, because you see this scene, and we've seen this scene already in Batman v Superman: Nightmare Future, where Superman is about to kill Bruce Wayne, and then this is when it goes different, and you can watch the clip here. I'll link this tweet in the description below. But when you check it out, lightning bolts behind him. Everything slows down, and this is probably the part, or he's alluding this to the part where Flash actually comes and saves Bruce Wayne from dying from Superman's fist or whatever he was going to do, punch his heart out or something. But it's a great tease, and I can't wait to see this prologue. This is weird. So, like, Warner Brothers has nothing for us, really, in terms of excitement, in terms of marketing push, in terms of something incredible. And it's about the original Justice League members: Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. I get Wonder Woman 1984 is coming. I get that Birds of Prey is coming. I get that Joker, even though Joker is not really belonging in DCU. I get those movies are coming out, but they're just not teasing anything. They're just not showing anything. They're waiting it out, or they're playing it really safe. And it just leaves it to the fans to actually give that excitement. It may not be excitement for those films, but excitement for their own thing. And Chris Dawson making a Black Suit edition is an incredible thing, and I can't wait to see this tease, and I can't wait to see this movie. It's probably one of my anticipated DCEU, non-official DCEU movie that's coming out this year, aside from the only other DC film, which would be Joker. Now, we're talking a little bit about possibly more into the Snyder Cut thing here, but I wanted to show you one thing here. Zack Snyder posted today, it's been a while, but he's posted today something in regards to kind of the Trinity. He put out Trinity Tuesday, and it says his hand is reaching out towards Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, and we're all kind of debating, what is he trying to say? What does this mean? It could be like Will Rowland suggested, the Snyder Cut's within our reach or within our grasp. One other person says there is hope, and hope is held. I held hope in my hand, which is alluded to what Jor-El said when he talked about Kal-El in Man of Steel. And also, like Dave is saying, it's like holding action figures, his own action figures right there, because they're so small and stuff. And you see, gals kind of laughing in there. They're having a good time in there. Now, ETT YXR at ETTYXR actually tweeted this because this person actually knows where this came from, or knows what the context of this was, and he says, God, this is it. Back then they came to China for promoting Batman v Superman. Zack talked about he took one photo about the Trinity in his one hand, and he actually also drew a picture of that exact same photo that he took. So at that time, it's just playing around, things like that. And so the context of this photo at that time was just that he was probably completely amazed that he got Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and he's right there, the palm right in his hand, right? He's got them. And so at that time, that context was cute, and it was actually fun, and it was probably really exciting for them. But it makes you wonder, what is the context of him posting this today? What is it today that makes him wanted to put this out? Is it just he's looking through his photos once again? He's going through his camera? Is he wanting to post this to tell us something? And yeah, if I could put my tinfoil hat on, which I could, but it's really hot. But it could mean that, man. He could mean that the Snyder Cut is within our reach. He could mean that he's still holding on to that hope. He's not letting go of this legacy. And this legacy right now is all into the Justice League Snyder Cut, the 214 minutes, of course, of Snyder Cut. And so he's not ready to let it go. This is all speculation, but we know the context of why he took that picture, but we don't know the context of why he decided to post it today. And so I really think it's possible that he's just trying to just push us a little bit further, just trying to get our enthusiasm back again. Every once in a while you see this, where you see a lull, and then all of a sudden your enthusiasm infused again every time Zack Snyder shares a photo. But it gets even more enthused by other people who post things about the Snyder Cut. And this is coming from JoeBlow.com. For all, I have no idea why they posted this. It was very random. They posted that picture that FANDOM had made, that mock-up Blu-ray DVD digital of a Snyder Cut Blu-ray. And it's actually a fantastic art. I almost wish I seen the actual version where it's not on top of the Blu-ray and saved that poster, but is something I've used before in my video thumbnails as well. It's incredible. They take a little bit of a shot at us on the bottom where it says 4 stars. Finally, our prayers were answered. Zack Snyder fan number 56. But it's okay. It's a fantastic art and it's great, and it's just really you kind of wonder why they're even teasing this today. JoeBlow.com, where they said, would you buy this if it were real? At Zack Snyder, at DC Comics, at Warner Brothers Pictures. So I'm not sure the context of why they would post this out today. Not sure the context of why they would even tease this, or why would they even put this one out. It's very strange, but it's kind of cool because it got us back together, I think, for just a little bit. Despite our maybe divisiveness here and there, despite our discussions and 40 Club, 214 Club, whatever, however people are seeing this split up, we can all absolutely look at this tweet and says, hell yeah, we want this. Of course we want this, and it kind of just brings us back together just for this moment, and I think that makes it stronger. I think that makes it kind of more, it's kind of bringing them together, even though this tweet is not coming from anybody in our fandom. It's coming from outside. It's coming from a blue checkmark, a tweet, and a fan site, a comic book site for all intents and purposes. And so I think this is kind of cool. Whether that means anything at all, whether this ties into Zack Snyder's reaching for the grass, maybe there's some extra things that we don't know about that's happening behind the scenes. That could be possible. That's probably or not possible. Who knows? But at least it kind of this is a positive post, I think. This is a positive tweet. It brought us back together in a way. It brought the Snyder Cut back up into the highlights, back up into the surface of social media, at least on Twitter in any case. And I think that's something that we should be pretty happy about and excited about as we get closer to another Comic-Con event, which is Release the Snyder Cut, which I'm expecting it's going to be pretty awesome to see a lot of Ramesh De Silva's work being put on in New York Times Square. And that should really help promote, the Release the Snyder Cut a little bit further than how we are right now, and just a little bit more. Every little help, every little thing counts for that. So very excited for that. So awesome. This is a great time to be alive, actually. So just a little bit for this weekend, I'm going to be going on the Louis Centeno show. Yes, Louis Centeno has got his own YouTube channel now. He's going to start his own show, and he's invited me as his first guest this Saturday. Right now, I feel like I should know the time. I think it's going to be 6 a.m. my time. Here in Hawaii, so 6 a.m. HST. I'm thinking that's like a 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I think. But anyway, I'm going to join that show. I'm going to link that show in the Twitter feed so you can join us for live chat and discussion. We're going to talk all things weird and talk tinfoil stuff as well. And we'll see we're just going to have fun with it. We're just going to roll with it and see what happens. But in any case, that's cool. And that is it for tonight. I want to thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.